Mortal Kombat 2 has been delayed by 7 months. Hello, my fellow oddities. I know I am very, very late on this news. It's been like 2 or 3 weeks since this came out, but still getting used to the college life. It's been a very hectic few weeks, especially yesterday. Everything happened yesterday, alright? I almost fainted in my first class because we were being taught about like how to control bleeding and blood, and I do not do well with descriptions of blood at all. Alright, I can look at blood. Mortal Kombat fan. I like horror movies, like slashers. I can look at blood, fake blood, real blood, whatever. I won't have that much of a problem. But if I hear someone describe blood, the act of bleeding, I get very, very sick. I feel like I'm going to throw up. And that's exactly what happened in class. And I started like blacking out a little bit. I had to excuse myself. I was like 0.1 seconds away from just like falling, snoozing on the floor. Thankfully, that didn't happen though. I got to sit down, clear my head, all that stuff. And then in my third class of the day, a girl actually fainted in the middle of class. It was crazy. And then obviously the news everyone's talking about, Charlie Kirk getting absolutely slimed out. When I heard about it, I heard Charlie Kirk got shot. I was thinking it was going to be like the Trump thing where it's like, oh, he kind of gets shot and it's like, oh, what was that? It looks around. But no, I saw the video. That guy got absolutely blasted. All right. I knew he was dead from the video. His neck was spraying more than your mom does when I'm done with her. Okay, it was crazy, but that's not what you guys are here to hear about. All right, we're here to talk about Mortal Kombat 2 getting delayed. I've never, in my history of living on this planet and enjoying movies and being excited for movies, I've never seen a delay quite like this. All right. So close to the movie's release. We were like 2 months away from the movie coming out. Already had a trailer and everything, which even the trailer was already late. All right. That's the trailer came out like what, 3-4 months before the movie was supposed to, maybe a little bit more than that. And like we were all getting excited. The trailer was super hype. It was getting everyone excited, even non-Mortal Kombat fans. The casuals were going to tune into this movie, and then it gets delayed by 7 months. 7 months? 2 months out from when it was originally supposed to release? The last time I remember a delay being even slightly to this level of just insane was the Sonic movie, when that movie got delayed by like a year for obvious reasons. Trigger warning. But even that was not quite on this level. Like, 7 months. You know how much can happen in 7 months? By the way, from the first movie being released, the first Mortal Kombat movie being released, to this second one, I have gone from my first year of high school, not even being in high school, it was before high school, to graduating high school and now being in college, and with this delay, the second movie will come out after my first year of college. That is insane. All of that has happened between the first movie and the second movie being released. That cannot happen again. Because, it's a marketing 101 that it's very hard to get someone re-excited for something when they've already kind of been let down. That kind of happened with the first movie. All right, people were super excited for the first movie. I think even that movie got delayed by like a week or something, not obviously to the level of this, but people weren't really feeling the first movie. I mean, half people were, half people weren't. It was a very divisive film. And so you got to get those people who weren't liking it back on board. And you know what? They were doing quite a good job with that for this movie. Like, I heard a lot of people who didn't like the first one, they saw the trailer and like, hey, this actually looks pretty good. This looks like a big improvement. And then you go out and delay the movie by 7 months. Now you got to get people re-excited again because you already made them excited with the trailer. All right, and now you gotta, what are you gonna do? Make another trailer that's just as hype? Nothing is as hype as the first trailer. I'm sorry. Like, unless it's like Captain America's Civil War trailer 2 where they showed Spider-Man. Like, what are they gonna show for this? Like, they showed all the popular characters. I'm not gonna pull out freaking Sue Hao and make, oh my god, everyone go crazy. Maybe they will. Actually, that is pretty good marketing. Just pull out a character no one's expecting. A character like Sue Hao that's a complete meme, and hey, you'll get people talking about the movie for sure. I don't know if it'll be good. Maybe it will. I don't know. Maybe people will just be like, you know what, that's bold. That's bold. I'll definitely go out and see this movie because, Sue Hao is a bold choice. But, man, it's truly, like, I was so excited for this movie, and now it's just like, man, like, what am I going to do between now and 7 months from now? I don't know, like, make videos and be in college. That's lame. I want to be excited for something. I want to be excited for a movie. And I was expecting to be excited for this movie, but I just can't be excited 7 months out after already being excited, already making plans to go out and see the movie in October with my friends. I mean, they weren't official plans, but like we were talking about it. Come on. So this brings me to why. Why has this movie been delayed by 7 months? Well, apparently it has something to do with the release schedule. Apparently, October is just a bad month of the year for movies to do well. I don't really know why. It's around Halloween time. Maybe it's the competition with horror movies. I don't really know any horror movies that are coming out October this year, but I don't know, maybe it's something about that, but apparently October is just not a good time of the year to release movies. January is not that great. The end of the year in general, there's a lot of holidays, probably it's not the best time, so November, December, October, all that. January even, apparently, January is notoriously bad for movies. So they moved it all the way to May, which is right before summer starts, or for some people, when summer starts and during summer, which makes sense, but there's also more competition then. I'm pretty sure the Supergirl movie comes out around that time as well, and with the reception the Superman movie got, it's going to be hard to compete with that, but it's also WB, so maybe WB just doesn't care, and it's just like, well, we're going to make money either way, so. But listen, guys, I think October was probably a fine release date. Like I said, people were excited for this movie. People were very excited. People who weren't excited for the first movie, didn't like that movie, were excited for this one. There was a big shift there. And so I really feel like they fucked their momentum going into this second movie. I imagine this movie is probably cooked at the box office right now. And it's Mortal Kombat. It's never gonna be a Marvel movie. It's never gonna be Avatar. It's never gonna make $1 billion or a more $1 billion. It's just not. That's just not gonna happen. Unless we travel back in time to the 1990s when Mortal Kombat is at its peak, and then drop the Mortal Kombat 2 movie, then I guess maybe it can make $1 billion. Possibly, but I even back then, I doubt it. It's not the MCU. You're going to have to build this up. The MCU, when it started, all right, Iron Man wasn't making $1 billion. The first movie in the MCU to make $1 billion was the Avengers, because that's when all the setups had already happened, and yeah, so you have to set this stuff up. You can't just go for the ideal time and expect to make $1 billion with a Mortal Kombat movie. People are not that into Mortal Kombat, especially right now with how Mortal Kombat 1 just is constantly getting dunked on, all right, by the fighting game community and by gaming communities in general. It's going to be very difficult. I don't know why they're so particular with this movie. It has to make so much money. I get WB is struggling right now. But, I don't know, I would expect you to, try and do it with, DC movies. Not Mortal Kombat, alright? Mortal Kombat is not the way. As a Mortal Kombat fan, you're just not going to make a lot of money. You're not going to have a game-changing, industry-breaking project movie with Mortal Kombat. That's just not going to happen. Unless, like I said, you're in the 90s. And the 1995 movie did very, very well for its time, for being a video game movie. Even that didn't make as much money as, it seems they really want this movie to make. And, it's been a common trend with this movie. It's not just, a now thing. They suddenly delayed this movie. No, this movie finished production in, January of last year. I think that's when it finished. And so it's kind of crazy. Originally, that was going to come out, in October of this year. That's a huge, span of time for a movie to be pretty much done, and then almost over a year later, almost 2 years later, now actually 2 years later, you're actually releasing the movie. So it's just very weird. Originally it was with IMAX stuff, they wanted to get an IMAX screening, which is cool, fine, I guess. It's not that important, but I'll watch the movie in IMAX if it's in IMAX, but that they really wanted that IMAX screening, and now they're really trying to prioritize this movie making a whole bunch of money. And I get it, they're corporations, they need and they really, really want money. So they're gonna try and get the most money as possible, but delaying a movie by 7 months, 2 months before it was actually supposed to release, that's just insanity. Like, I think that's gonna hurt them in the long run. I don't know. I'm not the biggest expert on marketing, on movie release dates, anything like that. So I'm not gonna act like I am an expert, but just from my silly little brain that knows nothing, this seems like a bad idea. But you guys let me know in the comments what your thoughts are on the Mortal Kombat 2 delay. I'll see you next time. Peace, my fellow oddities.